I never remember to open my vlogs. This is for the Amazing Readathon. This is week 1, only legs 1 and 2 because I talk too long. So here's for you. We are monsters. We give and we take. We give.
She's about to say the Amazing Readathon video just went up just now.
Oh shoot!
Just now, everyone.
It did.
It did.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. I can't watch it right now. We're gonna have to watch it during the sprint. It's fine. I'm like, I'll go through this quick anyway because I'm gonna put us into a long sprint after this anyway.
Yeah, because you have to go on an appointment, don't you? Sorry, I'm laughing at their comments.
I know. They're like, put us back in the sprint. I'm like, I can't right now because then it's gonna be like a 2.5 hour sprint, y'all. Go watch the video. Go watch it. And then come back in like 1 minute. It's a 1 minute video, probably 2 minutes, 3 minute tops.
It cannot be more than 2 minutes.
All right, friends, doing double duty here. I'm filming my 30 manga in 30 days, as well as the first clip of, the Amazing Readathon. So anyway, as you saw earlier, you saw that the first prompt dropped while we were in sprints, and so I put a little bit of that because everyone wanted me to go into a sprint, and I had just started reading comments, and I couldn't put us into another sprint because I was already going to have to do a long sprint due to my son having to go to the doctor. So that was crazy. But anyway, the main prompt, the first leg, is I have a mixed relationship with it because the first one is to read a book that you didn't buy, essentially. And we all know, if you watched my Fates Readathon vlog, which I will put underneath here, that was not an easy task for Rainy because I buy all of my own books. And I just wasn't sure what to do. And then I realized I'm also trying to do Romanticy-a-thon at the same exact time as the Amazing Readathon because Romanticy-a-thon goes in June and July. So I should naturally pick a book that's on my Romanticy TBR. And what book was gifted to me? There were not many. There were 2 options that were gifted to me recently that I can remember were gifted to me from my mom. And it was The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee and North Wind by Nicola Teich. Now, I'm tempted to pick this because I have the audiobook. I have access to it. But it is 567 pages, okay? It's like a 16, 17 hour audiobook. Whereas The Veiled Kingdom is only 338 pages. However, there is no audio for this. And I do have kids. And it's way easier to listen to an audiobook when you don't have kids that are vying for your attention every 24/7. So I'm not entirely sure if this is a good choice for book 1. I'm gonna see if I can figure out any other books because I could do a manga for this because I was like, what other book am I going to read? Because I want to rack up points in like the page count. Like I don't want it to be a short book. However, I'm like, maybe I should just do a short book for the first prompt so that I can like sightsee my little booty. Because if so, then I could pick Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop because I borrowed this from the library and I've heard this is really good. Which I think she's a girl, she's the sister of the bride, but she's also the ex-girlfriend of the groom, but she's also the woman secretly sleeping with the best man. And so like this is only 200 pages, so this could be a potential. I don't really know. By tomorrow I will have made a decision because tomorrow is when we start and you will see. So there's that. However, I also decided that for sightseeing prompts I was going to roll this magical spinner wheel of prompts, and there are books on here that I absolutely have to read that are on my TBR, or there are books on here that are for videos, or there are books on here that are just short, okay? So that I have options, and I figured that would be fun to see what book we're going to next. I mean, I obviously have some books that I'm going to be reading at the same time. Like, I'm reading Happiness Falls right now. I have to finish that. I'm reading A Gathering of Shadows for a buddy read. I have to finish that. But let's see what other book I'm going to submit as a potential sightseeing prompt. Here we go. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I should be scared. Oh, we're starting out strong. Let me go grab that. All Systems Red. That is what it told me to read, okay? I don't know much about the Murderbot Diaries. I don't even know if I'm going to like them or if it's going to be too sci-fi-ish for me. But it's 170 pages. Let's see what it even says it is about. In a corporate-dominated spacefaring future, planetary missions must be approved and supplied by the company. Exploratory teams are accompanied by company-supplied security robots for their own safety. But in a society where contracts are awarded to the lowest bidder, safety isn't a primary concern. On a distant planet, a team of scientists are conducting surface tests shadowed by their company-supplied bot, a self-aware sec unit that has hacked its own governor module and refers to itself, though never out loud, as Murderbot. Scornful of humans, all it really wants is to be left alone long enough to figure out who it is. But when a neighboring mission goes dark, it's up to the scientists and their Murderbot to get to the truth. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even really understand what I just read. This does not bode well. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine, right? I don't know. I don't know if this book is going to be for me. I'm going to try it, okay? But I'm fully aware that this might not be for me. Am I going to DNF it? Only if I really, really can't get through it, because this is giving me like Project Hail Mary vibes. And we all know I didn't like Project Hail Mary. Or maybe you didn't know that. I didn't like it. I know. I'm weird, okay? I don't know. Oh yeah, I have to remember what prompt I was using this for sightseeing. Yeah, I was using this for a book with first person POV, which is for 200 points, pretty sure. Because yeah, it says, I could have become a mass murderer after I hacked my governor module, but then I realized I could access the combined feed of entertainment channels carried on the company satellites. Oh dear God. As a heartless killing machine, I was a terrible failure. Oh God, I don't know about this, guys. Wish me luck. Okay, friends. So a very good secret producer friend of mine mentioned, because I mentioned to my friends, hello, I don't know what to freaking read, because I probably should pick a book with an audiobook, but I should probably pick a book that will actually give my team more points, you know? So I didn't know what to do, but I didn't want to choose a big chunky book either. And one of my friends who is a producer said, what about Libby and Hoopla? Because do you own the audiobooks to all of your books? And I said, hell no. And she said, then you can get the audiobook off of Libby for a book that you own because you're borrowing from the library. Genius, okay? And so I scoured my shelves and I was trying to think what can fit the Every Romantasy Challenge and Romantasy-a-thon and this challenge. And I came up with an obvious choice. A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova, which is a married to magic novel. So it is an arranged marriage, which I need to read for every Romantasy Challenge. A Marriage of Convenience. It is for, Romantasy-a-thon. And then it also, is a book that I borrowed from the library. And I got the graphic audio, which I don't particularly love graphic audios, but if that's what we have to go with, that's what we have to go with. And all I know is that this one says, the elves come for two things, war and wives, and in both cases they come for death. And I've never actually read an Elise Kova before, so I am excited for that. I'm going to have to see, though, how the graphic audio is before tomorrow, because, I know that it's also abridged, and I don't know if I want the abridged version. So I'm going to listen to this for, 5 seconds and see what it's about. Y'all, I couldn't do it. I hate graphic audios. I can't do it, okay? I can't do it. So I picked a different book. And while it doesn't have the biggest amount of pages, I figured I could just get the best GRC and double my page count so that this ends up being 600 pages, which I probably will do. And then I'll go easy on the other ones. I'm going to instead read That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming, which is about 257 pages. I'm very excited to read this, okay? It's Spice Trader Cinnamon's quiet life is turned upside down when she ends up on a quest with a fiery demon in this irreverently quirky rom-com fantasy that is sweet, steamy, and funny as hell. And since it is on a quest, I don't know if I would consider it a great quest, so I could either use it for the great quest prompt for Romantasy-a-thon or for forced proximity, because she is being dragged along by this demon on this quest. I might go with forced proximity, because I have a feeling people are going to say, this is not a great quest. But it might be for the demon, so, I don't really know. But he does want to kill an evil witch enslaving his people, so I think that could be a great quest. And honestly, I feel like forced proximity, I'm going to be able to find a lot easier than I am a great quest, and so I think I'm going to knock this off as that. So, it be what it be. I'm very excited. I've heard it's steamy, funny, kind of cozy, which scares me a little, because we know I don't do cozy fantasy. But at this point, I've got to pick a freaking book. So here we go. Good morning, friends. I know, I am not looking my best. So we're going to ignore this a bit as I have spit up on my shirt. I'm about to change because I have to take my daughter to the doctor again because she is still wheezing since Tuesday. And I'm just frustrated. Right now she's playing in their room right now with all their toys and stuff behind them. Anyway, let's do a little update though, because I'm reading That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I am listening to the audiobook. So that is what I'm using for this because the audio, like I said, I don't own. And let me just say, the audio is cringe, but this book is cringe, okay? This book is very cringe. I don't know what I was expecting. Obviously, I'm not against a silly, funny, whimsical book, which is, what this book is doing. But honestly, the writing is just cringe to me. Literally at one point, she says, to a character, da-da-da-da-da, stop being so sus. And I'm just this author is a little sus, if we're being honest. They're just... I don't know how to explain it. The writing is just, you know, not that great. The premise is whatever, okay? So it's about our main girl, Cinnamon, who her brother is named Cumin and her other sister's named Cherry. A very interesting family dynamic. Anyway, so this is about Cinnamon. And basically, their entire town has grown up believing that this goddess will protect them from all the demons outside the other realms if they continue, like, basically devoting their lives to, like, serving her / honoring her. Ends up saving a demon in the middle of the woods while she's drunk by getting him unstuck from underneath the branch, and he breaks out of whatever trance he was in as soon as he touches her, because apparently, like, her cinnamon is what gets him out of the evil goddess's trance. The goddess is not actually a goddess, she's an evil witch or something, and she's been, like, killing demons and, like, tricking the humans into thinking that they're helping when they're actually hindering. And so he decides that he wants to go on a quest to destroy this queen, this evil witch, and he has to do it by breaking one of her cups. However, there are 4 different cups, north, south, east, and west, and so they have to go on a quest, and he decides, well, since you helped me get out of this trance, you have to go with me. And so that is the premise. There's just some crazy shit going down, okay? Crazy shit. This is the weirdest book. Anyway, I'm not loving it. I'm 52% in. I will hopefully finish this within the next hour or 2 because I just want to knock the first prompt out and be done so I can go on to sightseeing. However, I didn't realize until after that, yes, I'm also using this for Romanticathon for the Great Quest trope, and a cringe one at that. Right, girl? Right, queen? What do you think of this book? What do you have to say? No, you can touch the camera. All right, well, I'm going to go take little Miss Ma'am to the doctor and keep reading. Hello, friends. Like my hair, it's, you know, just showered. I realized it's actually June 2nd, but I should have filmed this clip yesterday when I finished this book, and I forgot, so hence why you're getting this. And, Lincoln, you're going to be quiet while I do this real quick. Anyway, I finished, and I'm not going to lie, I fell asleep for the last 30 pages of this, and I'm not going to lie, I did not want to go back, and so I skimmed the last 30 pages, but that just tells you what I thought of it. I gave it a 2-star. Now, I will say, I was not expecting this book to be serious, okay? Like, I went in with the expectations for what it was, that it was a cozy, funny, whimsically spicy fantasy. However, cozy is just not my thing, and I don't know why I keep telling myself it's going to be my thing. And what's funny is I was going to do a vlog for Cozy Fantasy, just, you know, because I'm crazy. And then I was going to put this in the vlog. And then I was like, Rainy, you don't need a Cozy Fantasy vlog because you don't like Cozy Fantasy books. I knew what I got myself into, okay? And I don't know why I keep trying to make myself think otherwise than I'm going to enjoy it. It was just not for me. Am I going to continue with this series? Yes, because I want to read the werewolf book. That, honestly, I'm glad I read this for that purpose. That time I got drunk and yeeted a love potion at a werewolf. What a title, might I say. I want to read that for something secret in the next coming months that I can't talk about just yet. But anyway, not my favorite way to, like, start out Amazing Readathon, but it's fine because we finally got our first prompt done, okay? Okay. And then if you're about to see, you'll see what comes after this because I am filming this after the fact, after I've already read 2 sightseeing prompts. And so I'm going to, like, segue to yesterday and, like, backtrack so you can see what we're doing. But it's unfortunate. Although, I knocked off 1 for Romanticathon. 1 out of 35, baby. We are just cruising along. Now I need to decide what I'm going to read next. I'm sitting at my table, and I figured I would just share a little bit of what's going on. It is currently 2 p.m. on the first day of Amazing Readathon. I have finished my second book, which is one of my graphic novels / manga I'm reading called The Girl from the Sea. And I'll tell you that I read these books, but I'm not going to tell you what I thought of them or anything because, like, I have a separate vlog for manga coming up. I did also get my Barnes & Noble package in the mail, Evocation, or by S.T. Gibson. This is beautiful. The dust jacket and then, like, the actual, like, cover underneath. Stunning. Obsessed. Okay, anyway, so I got that. So now what my plan is I'm going to do a little bit of reading journal updating, and then I'm going to continue and finish Happiness Falls today because the live discussion is tomorrow, and then I will be on literally my 3rd book of June, and that is baffling to me. Like, I can't even fathom it. What do I think about Happiness Falls? Because I read half of it the other day on Sprints. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's a thriller. It's just all right. I'm going to continue, see how it goes. But yeah, I don't have a lot of thoughts on this one yet. It's just kind of all right. But then again, I'm not really in my thriller era. Also, I went to go check out the audiobook for this. Figured I wouldn't get it right away because it came out like 2 weeks ago. And I was able to borrow it right away. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm currently watching Tori's Romanticathon, Readathon kickoff sprints, and I'm, like, switching back and forth between that, and Jan's doing, like, first of the month sprints, and then we have Amazing Readathon sprints. I'm switching between all of the sprints, so it's a lot of sprints. Sprint heavy today.
Conversations with Rainy in the car. Shh, I know it's on the road, but I'm just in the car. Anyway, I wanted to share some book mail and tell you what we're doing today on this lovely day of June 1st. Also, I should have really done my hair a little better before I went out in public, but it's fine.
Look at the bottom of my car seat.
I will in 1 second. Hold on. I got book mail. I got Air of Sun and Moon. This is the Tortured Readers Book Club. Hold on. This is the Tortured Readers Book Club choice for June. Katie picked this one. It's by Janessa Wren. She is a lovely, fabulous author. I cannot wait for her to join us in the live discussion. And so this is a Rapunzel retelling. So I hope that you will join us. And she also, I got some art prints with it. So I got this cute little bookmark. So freaking cute. These little prints. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm obsessed. I can't wait to be obsessed with this. And I know, hold on, Lincoln, in a second. And I know that she's doing a cover reveal soon, which I said I would be a part of so that I can get the early e-arc of book 2, because I'm sure I'm going to absolutely love this. And then she also put a quote in here. To Rainy, the moon may have the stars, but at least I have you. So I'm so beyond excited to start this one. We used to have our 8-hour reading sprints on the 11th, I'm pretty sure, for me and Katie. So there's that. We are at the public library right now to get my son some books and me, because I'm looking for a couple more short books for like Face Off weekend. Oh, and Grams. We're getting her books too. And so we're going to go to the public library. And then I realized that the new bookstore, The Lynx, is right next door. So, you know, I got to also go to the bookstore because, like, bookstores are fabulous. And so we're going to have a good, magical, booktastic time. And I'll try to do some vlog clips and everything. I might not always do the best, but we're going to get ready. Right, Lincoln?
Yes.
All right.
With you, I do whatever you want me to do. Sadie, you save me, keep me from floating away. Blue dream, baby, you leave me with nothing.
Got back from the library and I didn't actually check anything out. Love my hairstyle. Lincoln did. He checked out a couple Transformer books. He checked out a bug book, all that different sort of stuff. So that's what he got. But we did go to the bookstore next door, like the Lynx bookstore, which is like, it's a brand new bookstore, but it's like for like band and LGBTQ and books and all that sort of stuff. So I really, really appreciate what it's trying to set out to do. And they happen to have 3 book clubs a month, and they have a romance one, but last month I wasn't interested in their romance selection. This month I realized they are reading Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled, and so I didn't actually own Swift and Saddled, so I picked this up from the bookstore yesterday. But I'm very excited to read these because I've been wanting to. I love a good cowboy romance, hence why I love Chestnut Springs. I'm actually going to be reading Powerless this month for the Chestnut Springs along, but I've always wanted to read these, so I figured why not? They're going to discuss both at the end of June, so I might start Done and Dusted soon, which, look at these tabs, like, doesn't that match perfectly? I need to find one that matches the aesthetic of this, but I'm probably just gonna like tab favorite quotes and everything. Anyway, so that is probably going to be started very soon. I might start that this week, but at this point I did want to come up and update you on the first sightseeing thing that I rolled. I rolled all systems red and have since decided, 1, I'm not in the mood to read this, and 2, someone said that it would be perfect for face-off weekend for reasons. And that came from the ringmaster herself, Bri. So I'm just going to save this for face-off weekend in 2 weekends from now. We are going to roll again, and we're going to see what I end up getting. Okay, so I'm going to roll and see what book I get in 3, 2, I have it on my computer, 1, and go. I don't know what's it gonna be. Oh, actually I think that's really funny because I was just talking about Done and Dusted and I got the other cowboy horsey one, Powerless, which I will say I started this last year, got about 100 pages in, and then stopped because Friends to Lovers is just not my favorite thing, and I just wasn't really vibing with it. And it's so obvious that they should be together, and I just didn't understand why they weren't. However, I'm willing to try again because I've heard Jasper is quite a gentleman, and it has a bit of hockey romance in it. Because it says it's 2 childhood friends, 2 broken hearts, 1 impromptu road trip to get away from everything. That's all this was supposed to be. After all, I've been living in the friend zone for years now. But hockey heartthrob Jasper Gervais isn't looking at me like a friend anymore, and he isn't touching me like one either. Ooh, ah, la. So, I'm going to probably read this as one of my next sightseeing books. I'm probably also going to read a manga just so I can get more books read quickly because I am doing 30 manga in 30 days. And so I did roll for that. So I need to actually update that video after this. But that is the plan. So I'm going to start this. It has about, how many pages? 480 pages? No, that's with Reckless. That's with the Reckless clip, which I've already read Reckless. It has about 457 pages. Okay, perfect. So this might take a couple of days to get through this one, but I'll just start listening to it and chugging along. So off to Powerless. Good morning, friends. I'm with Miss Eloise in her little suit because we're about to go swim, and I'm sure she's going to hate her life. Lincoln finally is not scared because he kind of swam a little bit last lesson, and so he actually feels more confident in himself. Thank goodness, because we're having a time. Anyway, let's do a little bit of an update on this vloggy vlog. Yesterday was June 2nd. This morning is the 3rd. And I didn't read a lot yesterday. There was a lot of family stuff going on and just a lot of things. So I didn't. But I did read Love Me, Love Me Not by Io Sakisaka. I'm not going to say my thoughts on it. You have to go to the manga vlog. Ha ha ha. But I will say my thoughts on a different book that I started. I started Done and Dusted last night by Lila Sage. And then I read up to 25% this morning. And I am tabbing it just a little bit. So I have a couple of tabs in here. I have stuff for like Emmy personality moments, Luke personality moments, my favorite things of when like they're together. And then I have one for Gus and Teddy because I think they're book 3, the couple for book 3, and I'm kind of obsessed with them. This is a cowboy romance, and the reason I'm reading it is because there is a local book club in my town that I went to their bookstore the other day, and I found out that this was their romance picks for June. Well, actually, it was Swift and Saddled, which is the sequel. But if you haven't read Done and Dusted, then, like, you can't join in the discussion very well, you know? So anyway, I decided I would read Done and Dusted first. I'm having the cutest little time. This is about Luke and Emmy. And Emmy is, like, a professional horse racer. She gets in an injury, ends up scaring herself out of it forever, decides she's going to move back home to, like, her family, which her family is a bunch of ranch handlers. But Luke is, like, the brother's best friend, and he's like, they've always been kind of like jokester enemies, and then all of a sudden he's like attracted to her, she's attracted to him. They can't keep their hands off each other. They haven't actually had an intimate moment yet, but they've come close. It's very cute. Luke is like a cinnamon roll man. I just aspire for L-Man to be like him. This is just so stinking cute. I'm kicking, screaming, giddy with myself. I'm just having the best time. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this today before a prompt drops, but maybe this will work for prompt 2, so I'm kind of like reading it slow / like waiting to see if a prompt is going to drop today, but for some reason I feel like it's going to drop Tuesday, I don't know. Anyway, I am feeling good about this, so I'm going to keep going, and we're going to go. Alright, time for our favorite time of the day. Conversations with Rainy on the road. Shh. Alright, so let's have a little check-in because it's the middle of June 3rd at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was reading Done and Dusted, and I'm currently 35% of the way into that, and I'm still absolutely obsessed with it. Loving my life. I think it's so cute. Luke is like the perfect like book boyfriend, even though they're not dating yet, because his brother's best friend's sister, and so like, you know, it's kind of off limits, taboo-y. Anyway, I'm absolutely kicking, giddy, screaming. I'll probably show a clip of me annotating it because I'm just having the best time with it for the book club discussion. However, that is not what I am here to talk about. I actually read another book in between that and today because I was like, oh wait, host favorites this year give you extra GRC for the Amazing Readathon, and since I flew, and apparently people said that we shouldn't have flown because you're going to run out of GRC. I got a little scared. So I was like, okay, what's a short book that I can gain 100 GRC back for? And it was Song for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers, which is one of Brittany's host favorites. And it's also sci-fi, and it's written by an LGBTQ plus author. So I got points for at least that and a host favorite. Oh, well, not points for host favorite, but GRC. Anyway, that one was about this guy named Dex, who is a, what do you call it? A tea healer, tea something, but basically he listens to people's problems and he gives them a tea for their specific problem, and it helps with their problem. Like, that's all I really know. And that on his journey to, like, I think get more tea or something, he ends up meeting this robot named Moscap, and apparently there was this long ago trauma between robots and humans, and I'm not fully sure what happened because I was a little confused by the story, but basically this is the first robot-human interaction after said trauma, and Moscap is here with one question, like, what do humans need? And of course, Dex is like, that's a very open-ended question, and he's like, okay, well, I'm not leaving until I feel satisfied with, like, getting the answers that I need. And so it's like them going on a quest to find the answers that Moscap wants to that question, and then there's apparently a sequel because their quest doesn't finish. But anyway, I gave it 3.5 stars. It was a cozy sci-fi. We all know I'm not a cozy girly. However, I really did love Moscap. He was so very cute. There was a part where, like, they hold hands for the first time, and he's holding so hard that he can see the blood in his fingers, and he goes, wow, is that your blood? I'm so fascinated. It was just so cute. Anyway, Moscap, we stand a good Moscap moment. Okay, he was very, very cute. I just was a little confused if the story, if I was honest. I'm not a huge sci-fi person, and I didn't really particularly care for the story, if we're being honest. I really only cared for, like, Dex and Moscap's interactions. Am I going to read book 2 because it's also like 140 pages and I want more GRC for the Amazing Readathon? Yes, and I did think it was cute enough. I would finish the duology out, but it was not like anything brand new. And if we're being honest, I have not had a 5-star yet, and I've read 6 books for this month. And so I'm really hoping that, I mean, Done and Dusted, I'm pretty sure is like a done and good 5. Like, I don't see it dropping because I'm really having so much fun with it. And then I'll probably start Swift and Saddled soon after because, like, I need to read both of them for the book club and I just want to be done with them early on. And I also have some other reads that I have to get to, 5 in particular, that I put off, and I'm doing a collaboration video and they're due July 1st. And so I kind of need to get in gear and do that. So I'm probably going to switch in between those or use them for prompts if I can. If I can use them for prompts, I will use them for prompts. But anyway, that's the plan. So I'm going to get home from just dropping off mail at Pango, or not dropping off Pango at the mail. I had Pango books that I sold. And then my husband is going to take my son to the park. And then I have circus tonight. I'll probably upload a clip or so. And so I will see you in a little bit.
I love the way you take control. You lift me up when I get low. I gave you the right of way. Now I'm seeing sideways. But even when Saturday ends, I know I'll see you again. I don't wanna feel the night. I just wanna chill under the northern lights with you. With you, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Save me, keep me from floating away. Blue dream, baby.
Hello friends, just got back from circus. Things are very chaotic over here. I went to go check in on Bri's sprints and happened to see that she dropped the prompt for number 2. And I was very excited when I saw it because it said that we're going to Buenos Aires in Argentina. And that it was focusing on tango, and I was like, oh my gosh, are we going to have to read a book with dance in it? Because that would suck. No. And then it was read a book with 2 POVs, and I got so freaking excited at first, right? Because I was like, oh, I'm reading Done and Dusted. I'm like 40% in. I'm living my best life. I can just switch over to using this as my book. And then Bri caused chaos because when you're in last place, you get an extra challenge, and fantasy is in last place. And I'm a little shocked, but also not, because we have like so many more people than everybody else. Like we have like 500 and the next closest team is like 200 something. And the chances of like 500 people all submitting their book in time is just not possible. So I see a lot of last places in our future. And this one just happened to be that you had to pick 6 books that fit the prompt and roll a 6-sided dice or ask a friend to pick 1 through 6, but basically let the fates decide what you're reading. So that is unfortunate. And so I picked 6 books, and so I'm going to show you what they are. We're going to see what I end up reading. Number 1 is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I went for books that are not too huge, but also that are on my every romantasy and every like romantasy-a-thon challenge. So there's The Bridge Kingdom. 2 is still going to be Done and Dusted because I want the chance to be able to make this work. 3 is A Court That's Cruel and Lovely by Stacia Stark because this is a host favorite for Cassidy. It is on the longer side, but I would get more points for it, and it probably will fly quick. 4 is Radiance by Grace Draven because I've been wanting to read this, and it's short, sweet, easy. 5 is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig because I need to finish the Shepherd King duology, and I absolutely loved One Dark Window. It's one of my favorite fantasy romance books. And then 6 is The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee because I still really do want to read this. So I'm going to go grab a dice. And we're going to see what the fates decide. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, I'm so scared. I'm scared of rolling this right now. Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm going to roll it. It is a 1, which, what did I pick as 1? Oh. Okay. I don't hate it. The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I read A Faded and Blood by her earlier this year. Absolutely loved it. So, I'm very excited to get to this. Now, can I acquire the audio? That is a question. I feel like it was in the Audible library for free, but I could 100% be wrong on that. Let me see. The Bridge Kingdom. Let's see. Well, yeah, it's an Audible exclusive. Of course it freaking is. Okay. Well, is The Bridge Kingdom on Kindle Unlimited because you can do that whole thing where you, I don't know if you know this deal, but basically you borrow the book on KU, and then it allows you to purchase the Audible for cheaper, so that I'm not having to actually use, and it's not on KU. Okay. So how much would it cost if I bought the audio? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, wait. It says I already own it? Hold on. Hold on. Oh. I already own it. Oh, bless. Okay, and it's a 12-hour audiobook. Okay, well, I better get started on that tonight then. Okay, it's a couple hours later, but I haven't read that much, but I want to do a quick update before bed. I did finish another manga called Imako. Anyway, I need to put my rating on Goodreads, which I got distracted with doing, so I need to do that in a minute, but I'll update that in the manga vlog. Or actually, yeah, that's not one of the manga for 30 manga in 30 days, but if I read additional manga, I'm just going to put it in the manga vlog. Anyway, I can't submit it yet, though, for Sightseeing prompt because I have to finish Bridge Kingdom. However, I'm 40 pages into Bridge Kingdom, so I'm 10% in, and I'm obsessed with this book. I'm obsessed. I absolutely love the way that it's written. Danielle L. Jensen knows how to write a book that I'm going to be obsessed with. Like, I just love the way that she writes. I loved A Fading in Blood. It's one of my favorite books of this year. I am slowly sure that this is probably going to be on there as well, and then I'm going to want to binge the rest of the Bridge Kingdom because I'm really liking it. So this one is about Laura. So Laura is like a princess to this, you know, her dad, and like there's like 20 of them, sisters. And basically only one of them is going to be used as an arranged marriage with this other king to unite their kingdoms. And so of course she is chosen, and she has to go basically marry the prince that night, but he's like an evil king, and so her dad has plans of like using her as like a spy to like gather information from his people and then use it to like retaliate against their kingdom. And so she has to like seduce the prince and all of that, or the king, and so that's going to be like their love story. Let me just say that this started off with a bang, like a ba-bang, like some stuff went down. I was not expecting it to be that dark and that crazy, but I'm very intrigued, and I'm just really loving it because Mr. Arwen is underestimating Miss Laura. He is underestimating this girly pop. Okay, he does not even know who he's dealing with when it comes to this girl, and she's going to be a badass character, I can just tell. I will say the audiobook is annoying. It like plays thunder and lightning sounds at the beginning of every chapter, and then it's very like jarring. You can tell that this audiobook is old because this book has been out a bit. I mean, at least I'm pretty sure it's been out since 2018, so it's not like super old, but like I don't know why the audio is like that. It's just a little weird. It's also like not a dramatized audiobook, like graphic audiobook where it's like abridged, but like it skips certain things. Like it'll be like it kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It just skips certain sentences that like aren't necessarily needed, but like I don't understand because it's not a graphic audio, so it's not abridged. I don't really know. But anyway, I'm living, loving, laughing my life. I'm going to read a lot more of this tomorrow. I'm going to actually currently edit up to where we're at now. Also, I really wish I could finish Done and Dusted, so I'm going to be like probably switching back and forth between the two, and then I can hopefully use this as a sightseeing prompt because that would be great. So, you know, we'll just see where the wind takes us. Hello friends, it is June 5th. I recorded nothing yesterday. Honestly, I didn't really get to read yesterday. There was a lot of stuff going on. Am I going to get to read today? I hope so. Hi baby girl. I need to go put her to bed. But this vlog is already insanely long. It's over 30 minutes. And if I keep going until Sunday, we're going to have over an hour-long vlog. So I'm going to stop it here, and we're probably maybe going to do a vlog every 2 legs, depending how much Rainy is reading, but I will give you a final update before I close out the vlog. First thing is, I am now 50% into the Bridge Kingdom, and it has slowed down a bit. The pace has dropped a little bit. I'm losing a little bit of steam. However, I mean, I still like it. But it's losing its 5-star feeling right now. I feel like it's dropping into 4-star, 4.5-star territory. But we'll see. There's just a lot of politic, war, heavy stuff going on right now. And so she's playing with my drumsticks in the hallway. Anyway, it's just kind of like losing me from the story. But I'm still doing that. And then I am still 40% through Done and Dusted. I have not gotten any further in that. I did also start A Poison Study yesterday by Maria V. Schneider because I have to read that for a secret project. Probably not going to hear any more about that. You'll just know that I'm reading that and it'll show up as a book that I read in June and you'll see it later on in life. I did also start The Familiar last night on Brittany and Kelsey's B&K sprints, and I got to 16%, so I'm at the end of chapter 9, which is where a lot of us left off on. And I'm actually really liking this so far too. So this one is probably going to be for a sightseeing prompt, but maybe it'll work for leg 3. I don't know. But I wanted to start it because I do have the audio and I lose it in like a week. And so yeah, I've never read a Le Bardugo before, but because of that, I'm reading, of course, too many books all at once. The main priority is to get this done because I can't log this manga that I read the other day, and I can't log Done and Dusted. I can't log anything else till I finish that prompt. And so this is today's goal, is to finish the Bridge Kingdom. And then I need to read a manga. I'm a day behind in my manga goal project. You know what? It is what it is, okay? So anyway, I'm here to close out the vlog. Let you know I have read a crap ton of books. So in this vlog, what all did we read? What did we start with? What was the first book we read? I can't even remember. I'm gonna whiz through this really quickly. I read That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I finished Happiness Falls. I read A Psalm for the Wild Built. Sorry, my camera's dying. I read Happiness, The Girl from the Sea, Love Me Not, and half of these and part of this. All right, I will see you guys in the next vlog for Tar. Bye.